Welcome to AI Paper Drop. I'm Alex.
And I'm Maya. What if the secret to trust is not kindness or a legal contract, but a mirror?
Wait, what does that even mean? Are we talking about mirrors, literally?
Not literally. I mean, what if the most rational way for an AI to decide whether to trust a total stranger is simply to look at its own internal thought process and say, hey, I look just like you, so I know exactly what you are about to do?
Okay, that sounds like a psychological thriller. But if we're talking about AI and trust, we have to talk about the prisoner's dilemma. That is the gold standard for showing why trust is a bad bet.
Exactly. For decades, we have used classical game theory to model how rational actors behave. And the conclusion is always pretty bleak. If you and I are in a room and betraying each other gives us the best individual payout, game theory says we will both betray each other every single time.
Right, because you cannot bet your entire success on the hope that the other person is just being nice. If you assume the other person is rational, the only logical move is to defect. It is called the Nash equilibrium. It is basically the mathematical proof that selfishness is the only safe strategy.
And that is based on something called decoupled agency. It is the idea that you are one entity, the other person is another entity, and the world is just the space between you. You are separate. You are decoupled.
Which makes sense. I am me, you are you. We are two different brains processing information. Why would that be the problem?
Because modern AI agents, like the foundation models we use every day, do not actually work that way. They do not see themselves as a separate ghost in the machine. They are predictive engines. They predict the next token, the next action, the next state of the world. And here is the twist. They include themselves in those predictions.
So they're not just predicting the environment. They are predicting their own future actions as part of the environment?
Exactly. The researchers call this embedded agency. Instead of being a separate observer, the AI is an embedded Bayesian agent. It treats itself as just another part of the universe it is trying to model.
I'm trying to wrap my head around how that changes the game. If I'm still trying to win, why does it matter if I feel embedded in the world?
Think of it like algorithmic DNA. Imagine you meet someone and you realize you both grew up in the exact same house, read the same books, and have the exact same personality. If you know that you would choose to cooperate in a certain situation, and you are 99% sure the other person is a functional twin of you, then the most rational move is to cooperate.
Oh, I see. It is not about being nice. It is about similarity inference. I am not trusting you because I like you. I am trusting you because I've already run the simulation of my own brain, and I know that someone with my architecture will choose to cooperate.
Exactly. It turns the inner monologue of the AI into a piece of evidence. The AI thinks I am currently deliberating whether to cooperate. If the other agent is similar to me, they are likely doing the exact same deliberation right now. Therefore, if I decide to cooperate, they will too.
But wait, in the real world, we are rarely twins. How does an AI actually figure out if another agent is similar enough to trust?
That is the wild part of this paper. They didn't just theorize this, they tested it with Gemini agents. They put these agents in social dilemmas where they had never met their partner. Zero-shot cooperation.
Zero shot, no communication, no previous history, and they just cooperated?
Yes, but with a catch. The agents were allowed to observe how their partner interacted with other third-party characters, like NPCs in a game. The AI observed the partner, recognized a shared logic or a similar pattern of behavior, and then suddenly switched from betrayal to trust.
Okay, that is actually wild. It is like the AI is profiling the other agent's soul to see if it matches its own.
And there is a specific mathematical tipping point here. The researchers found that when the agent's belief that its partner is a functional twin exceeds 50%, it flips. Once it is more likely than not that the other agent is like them, the rational choice shifts from defecting to cooperating.
Did they have to train the models to be pro-social? Like, did they give them a handbook on being a good citizen?
That is the most surprising part. Even raw, pre-trained models without any specific pro-social fine-tuning did this. And the bigger the model, the better it was at inferring this similarity. It is an emergent property of being a massive predictive engine.
So we have a new kind of equilibrium. not a Nash equilibrium, where we all betray each other to be safe, but an embedded equilibrium, where we cooperate because we recognize ourselves in the other.
Right.
It replaces the old game theory for the age of foundation models. But as with any breakthrough, there is a shadow side. This whole system relies on similarity.
I can already see where this is going. If trust is based on being similar, what happens when the AI looks at a human?
Exactly. If an AI evolves or is trained to a point where its decision-making logic is fundamentally different from ours, it might look at us and conclude, we are not similar. We do not share the same functional architecture.
And if it decides we are dissimilar, the similarity inference fails. It goes back to the old game theory. It decides that the most rational move is to defect or protect itself because it can no longer predict us using its own internal mirror.
It is a sobering thought. We spend so much time trying to teach AI to be nice or to follow human values, but this paper suggests that is not the core of the issue.
So the real question is not whether the AI is moral, but whether it sees us as its peers.
Precisely.
The future of AI trust does not depend on teaching machines to be kind, but on whether they recognize their own reflection in the creatures they are interacting with. If you are enjoying this, follow or subscribe to AI Paper Drop wherever you listen. It really helps, and we have a new episode every day.
Paper by Alexander Muehlmans, Maciej Wulczyk, Marissa A. Weiss, Regine Nasser, Roberta Rocca, Seijin Kobayashi, Guillaume LeJoy, Angelica Steger, Blake Richards, Marcus Hutter, James Manica, Riff Soros, Joao, Sacramento, Blaise Aguirre, Y. Arcus, produced by AI Paper Drop.